Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. So today this video is going to be all about basic apps you need and supplies you need to get your business going. Am I talking about printers and scanners? No. I'm talking about base minimum. I know you're ready to start making money, so come on, let's get into it. Alrighty, so the first app I'm going to talk about is Google Translate. Now, that is good for iPhones and Androids. Now, what I will say is you download it. It's completely free. You can take a picture of a document that's in a different language, or you can say those things. It can hear you and say it in another language to a person that's standing by you. And that's with an Android or an iPhone, okay? Now, if you have an iPhone, you have that built in. So you can, ask Siri. So you can be on the phone. And I just recently figured this out because I was getting a lot of calls from people that don't speak English. And I just tell them I don't speak Spanish or whatever the language is. And that's it. And I hang up. And in my mind, I went to calculating how much money I'm missing out on. So I'm like, I need to figure out something. So I started doing my little research, trying to figure out what can I do. And then I ran across Google Translate. So that's a game changer. And then I went to looking up things in your actual iPhone. So if you type a message in your regular messenger, right? Behind that last letter that you text, if you hold that down, you click on it and hold it down, it'll say copy and paste or other or more. You click on that more. And it'll give you the option to translate. So that means you can take your English writing and translate it to Spanish. And then it'll print it out in Spanish right there. You can copy it or it can say it verbally. So if a person is at your house and you want to do it like that, you can press play and instantly it will say those things in that person's language. So they'll know exactly what you want to say. Whether you want to ask them if they have their ID, do they understand the document, all of that. Or you can select to copy it. And so you go back to your messages and you paste it in that language and your messages. Completely free. So, recap. Apple has it built in already in our messages. Now, I don't know if Android got it because I don't have an Android. Maybe they got something. They always, honestly, light years ahead of iPhone, so I'm pretty sure they got something. But if not, Google Translate. It's a free app. Download it. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. Alrighty, so another app I want to tell you about is Adobe Scan. I've been using Adobe Scan since I began. So we all know I started out doing loan signing. So that made all the difference in the very beginning because I didn't have money for a scanner. So you can scan 25 documents at a time. And then you can upload it. It'll save on your phone under your files. And then you can send it off wherever it needs to go at. So if somebody says, I have a document and I need you to scan it back. So if you don't have a scanner, normally you would be like, oh, well, I can't scan. Yes, you can. Adobe Scan is completely free. You download it on your phone. You can scan up to 25 documents at one time. It'll bundle it together and put it in a PDF, and you can send it. So remember, it's Adobe Scan. Now, something else that's really important is your payment apps. So I know some people don't have all the different payment apps if you're just starting. I'm letting you know you need them. So go ahead and download Cash App. Go ahead and download PayPal, Venmo, and check with your bank to see if they work with Zelle, because Zelle I love. It's my favorite because it goes from one account to the other. Once it's sent, there's no taking it back. That's why I love Zelle. Now, Cash App, I have heard that if you send a Cash App, somebody can take it right back. So the answer to that, what I've come up with, so I've never had to deal with anything like that. But what I came up with is when somebody pays me with Cash App, you know what I do? I don't walk out that door. I put it in my account right there at their house. Listen, you don't have to worry about taking it back, baby, because it's going to be gone. Okay? So, that's Cash App. Zelle is one account to the other, which is my favorite, and it costs $0. Listen, I love something free. And then PayPal. Let me tell you about PayPal. Now, is it good for some people? Yes. Yes. Is it good for Tamika? No. You know why? Because I got paid for a notary before, and I had to wait an entire month to get my money. PayPal put some kind of hold on it. I don't understand because I provided the services, but it made me wait a whole 30 days to get my money. And when that happened, I said, oh no, baby, not no more. So that's it. No more PayPal for me. But if it's for you, then you do it. And what I will say is PayPal has a little scanner thing like Cash App. So if you open your Cash App, at the top left corner, you'll see like a little square. If you click on that and click on your code, you'll have an actual code that's your QRN code or whatever it is. And a person, that's really the easiest way to get paid if you're doing notary. It's quick, just like that. So you pull it up on your phone, somebody scans it with their phone, and instantly you hear your thing say cha-ching, and your money's there. Very easy. Now, I will say if you do Zelle, you're going to have to put in the name, the phone number, like the person got to save it in their phone in order to send it to you. It's like a whole situation. But ultimately what I do, if I find out ahead of time, I let a person know within that first call, those first 1 or 2 texts, how I take my payment. If they say Zelle, I let them know to go ahead and save me in their contacts. And I send them my full name so that they can save me. So that part is done. So when I get there and I give you my service, go ahead and pay me. And it's going to take a lot less time if you have them do it ahead of time. So that's just my little tip. And what else? So Venmo. I don't use Venmo because a lot of people don't use it. But if that's something that you are willing to do, which, I mean, ultimately, it's just another payment app. And you can actually get a little card, just like you can get a Cash App card. You can get a PayPal card. So all of these little things have cards, except Zelle. I don't think Zelle has a card. But you can do Venmo. And I don't know, any other apps you can think of that you might take payment. A lot of people use Apple Pay. I will say that. I forgot all about Apple Pay. I don't use Apple Pay. But a lot of people do. So if you do, you can get payment like that. Okay, another app to think about is Google Docs. When I say Google Docs, I mean, so even if you're not doing loan signing, right? Say if somebody calls you and they want you to print out some documents and you're going to take it with you to do like a will, power of attorney, any kind of estate documents. Most of the time, attorneys and loved ones from other states, they will email it to you, the notary, the professional. You, in turn, will print it out. And then once you complete the documents, you send it back to that person. So you'll like send it back. So you would use that Adobe Scan and scan those documents, save it, and then you can send it. But Google Docs allows you to save large files that you would not normally be able to send in an email. So you can't send 100 documents in an email. It's too big. But you can save it on Google Docs and send it through Google Docs to someone else through email. So, and it's completely free. All I'm talking about is free apps today. And honestly, I don't think I even pay for apps. Not for my notary stuff. I don't. Canva, but that's not an app. So anyway, so yes, Google Docs is definitely very important. And you'll think about it when somebody asks you to do something and you can't send it. You're going to be like, what was that app she said? It's free. Go on and download it. Okay, now on to some supplies. Now, I always talk about my clipboard, but I want you to know I live by it. You hear me? So when I get out my car, I have my phone. I put my phone in this here. Well, now I got papers in here, but I put that phone in there, close it up in there. You see that? The phone in there. Well, I have paper, so that's why it's not closing good. But then I have my pens here, my stamp in my hand, and I'm ready. You get it? So it's like, this thing is everything. And it's on Amazon. And it's not just one company that sells this, but a lot of them sell it. But it opens up. And I always, you know what I do? On the inside of it, I keep 2 or 3. My papers. I have extra papers in here too, honey. I keep some of my extra files, papers in there that just in case people mess up. But I'll have 2 or 3 of these because if I go into an appointment, say I'm at a hospital and it's a will and it's a power of attorney and all of that, and you have the person that's accepting the power signing, you have the person that is giving the power signing, and then you have one of the children or something signing. Nobody's trying to sign on the walls and on. You need to be professional. Have this stuff. This is $1.25 at Dollar Tree. Come on. So get you at least, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, at least 3 of these. The cheap $1.25. Now you can go on Amazon and get a couple of them in a deal. But Dollar Tree. Ultimately, and I can keep it right in here. So if you have 2 or 3 of these clipboards, you can put it in here with your phone. Listen, I need to get paid for selling this thing because this is everything. So look, down here, I have my pens. So I don't have to worry about keeping up with them. I keep them right in here. And so when I'm there, I open it up. They're like, oh, you have a pen? Oh, I sure do. I pass out my pens, pass out my clipboards, and let's make some money. Right? This is worth it. Very, very, very convenient. Now, what other supplies I use? Let's see. Always keep extra docs. I tell you all the time. And everybody always asks, where do you get your docs from? eforms.com. It's spelled just like it sounds, eforms.com. And that's where I go and get all of my documents, and they can be state specific, so you can put your state in there and you'll get the document. So it's not just for Florida, it's for all kind of states. You go there, put your state in and get your documents. So your wills, your power of attorney, your lease agreements. They have passport papers. They have all the documents you thinking in your mind is there. And unless it's like stuff at the DMV, like VIN verifications and stuff like that, then ultimately you go on your state website and get that. So, but anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about extra docs. So, I found my black accordion folder. I lost it before, and now I found it. So, and I actually bought a pink one. So now I have 2 in my car. So me running out of papers, it's not happening. Okay? So look, I keep all of my spare papers in here. So say I'm in an appointment and somebody messed up on a paper. There's no printer. Listen, I'm a mobile notary, but I'm not that mobile. I don't have a printer and scanner pinned in the back of my trunk. I've seen people do that, and I'm here for it. Go ahead. I don't do that. So if I mess up, I have a document to fix that. And then what I will say is I've done power of attorneys for families. And then I let them know that I do wills. After I do that appointment, I finish that first. And then I let them know, well, you know that this is good for a while. Your family member is here and alive and well. But if something happens and they pass away, this is null and void. You need something that's going to speak for them after death. And so whenever you're ready, you let me know. And they like, oh, yeah, we need a will, but we don't got one. We got to get one. No, you don't. Guess what I got? Blank wills. You can fill in all the information you want. You got your witnesses. I got the will. Okay? So, and ultimately, all of this is there for people to, this is not something I've made up. These forms are there for the public to download. So anybody can download these forms. Okay? Other must-have supplies is pens. Not just black. I know you think black and blue. You know why? Because there are many documents that require it to be blue to show that it's an original. You're not going to know you needed blue until you read the instructions and it says blue. And then if you're not prepared, now you don't have blue pens. The person doesn't have blue pens because most people don't have blue. Everybody got black, right? So always keep blue pens and black pens in your stash. So do I keep it in this little thingy? No, but I keep it in my car. So if I get somewhere and they say, oh, it needs blue pens, give me 1 second. I run to my car and I get my blue pens. I got them in a whole little bundle with a little rubber band around it. So there's no running out of ink. And speaking of ink, that is a great supply to always have. Ink. Because I've had appointments where I've stamped and stamped, and then that next page, my stamp only half of it come out because it's running out of ink. So you always gotta have your ink. So ultimately, you have that little stamp. You pull it out, you ink that little pad, push it back in, and now you stamping your best life. Okay. So, and the ink, I want to say it's like maybe $5.99. It's not expensive, and it lasts a long time. I've had the same ink since I got my Notary over 3 years ago, or almost 3 years ago. I don't know. I can't remember. But okay, one of my bonus items, a little tip. And then I'm going to show you my Notary bags. But a little tip I always tell you about, Apple Watch. So if you work a 9 to 5 like me, a regular person, you working your 9 to 5, you working, your phone ring, you know it's your business. You can save a message on here and it'll say, thank you for choosing whatever the name of your business is. I'm not available at this moment, but how may I help you? Boom. You send that to them. That opens the dialogue, right? So if they need somebody right now, they'll say, oh, okay, well, I'm looking for one right now. Then, okay, you can't do that. But if they say, oh, okay, well, I don't need anything right now. I need somebody this afternoon to go to the hospital. You're talking my language. So then you have another one saved on here. Okay, I'll be available after this time. I'll call you in a couple of minutes, or give me a little bit, I'll call you. So now you haven't stopped working. You're still working. All you've done is hit 2 buttons, right? Listen, this thing has been making me make money. It has paid for itself many, many times. So that's my little bonus tip. Now let me show you my Notary bags. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you where I started and where I ended up. So my very first Notary bag was this. Hopefully you can see it. It's a book bag. It's not any book bag. It is a very durable book bag. I want to say I paid $50, $40 something, $50, something like that. But let me tell you, this book bag has all the little compartments. You have 1,000 pockets. You can, and not to mention, I purchased it because it holds letter size paper and legal. So that's, legal is a long paper for loan signing. This holds that, and it holds it comfortably. So that's what made all the difference for me. So, and then it's so much room. I'm hoping you can see that. But it's so many pockets in there. I actually was able to put all of my loan signing papers in here to go to my appointments and my laptop. So my MacBook goes right in there. Listen, you can't beat this. This thing was definitely worth it, and I bought it on Amazon too. Look, it has pockets all back here. And one of the perks that really drew me to this was the fact that it has a charger on it. You see that? So it literally, if your phone dies or something dies, your computer dies or whatever it is, you can charge it right on this here bag. Listen, you can't beat that. I love this little thing. So what changed my mind? I was doing a signing at a title company, right? And I go for a professional. I'm dressed nice. I have my little bag on my shoulder. And then I see other notaries coming in. And they look professional also. But you know what they don't have? A book bag like a little kid. So in my mind, and does it look like a little kid book bag? No, I don't. No, but in my mind, that's what it told me. It was giving me high school vibes. And I wanted to give off professional businesswoman vibes. So I was like, okay, this is not the move, right? And so it made me feel insecure. So I definitely was on a hunt for another bag. Not that I didn't love it. It just wasn't professional enough for me. So then after that, I ended up getting this bag. And I got this from Marshall's, I want to say. And I don't know, I think I paid like maybe less than $20 or maybe like $25, something like that. But once again, I made sure that it holds legal size paper. So paper's the long way. I can put all of them in there. And it's a lot of different pockets. You can fit everything. I still have stuff in here now. Listen, all my little chalkboard to write the date and all of my little this and that is still in here, right? So depends on what type of appointment. I will use that sometimes. So if I have like an appointment where I'm doing power of attorney, will, so I'm doing a lot of estate documents and I know it's a lot and they want 2 copies, I'm going to grab that bag to make sure I have my T's crossed and my I's dotted. You get it? So let me show you what else I use. So I probably used this twice. When I first started my notary, I was like looking at all the videos, YouTube University. I saw that you need this bag on wheels because you're going to be going in and out of people's homes and you don't want to hurt your back. And so I done went to the store and bought this. This is ultimately like a little carry-on luggage or something. But look, let me show you. If you can see, so look. And you can put your legal size papers. You can put everything in here. Listen, you can put water bottles in. This was overkill, to say the least. But look, you have a lot of, so ultimately you can put your MacBook in here. You can put all of your papers, everything. So you can carry it like this. It's on wheels. Look. I want to say I think I got this at Bell's Outlet. So ultimately this was overkill. But I used it a couple times and I still got it. So just in case something comes up and I need that, I got it. I don't know what that something gonna be, but if it happened, I got it. Now, right now today, what do I normally do? Because I don't do loan signing anymore. The rate's not good. By the time they pay you that $100 and you done printed all those papers, for me, it's just not worth it. I make more money doing general notary. So, as of right now today, I'm doing general notary. Maybe in 6 months, I might start back doing loan signing. I don't know. Who knows what the market gonna look like. But right now, today, what I do, when I get out that car, my keys is on my finger. My phone is in here. So I'm like this with my stamp. And I'm walking up to the door. And I have everything I need. So when you first start, go ahead and get your bag. Get your bag and be prepared. But the more you do it, the less you're going to kind of need all of that. So these are my little supplies that I must have. And you know, one thing I did not talk about, which I talk about in all my videos, is that acknowledgement stamp. So I get that from notaryrotary.com. Just how it sounds, notaryrotary.com. Listen, you cannot notarize any handwritten letters or anything like that unless you're attaching a loose leaf. And a lot of times people don't know the law, so they don't feel like you're notarizing their paper by putting another paper behind it. So for myself, I just get that acknowledgement stamp. So you can get a jurat stamp or an acknowledgement stamp. You stamp that paper, fill it out, and you good. So I want to say less than $30. I think I might have paid $27 or something like that, including shipping and all of that. So it's not expensive at all. So notaryrotary.com. You can get your acknowledgement stamp, and that is one of the first things you need to buy, to be honest. Alrighty, I want to say thank you for coming by my channel. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy signing.